Goodbye, majestic river. And off we go to our next destination. What the heck is this about? No way! That's a cave. Hey, I'm not going in. That dead ends anyway. It's a cave on the side of this humongous boulder. A couple of them. With a tree grow. This is something. I thought this is something you'd see on a straight up Lord of the Rings episode. So that lighthouse, that's what we're trying to get to right now. So something I noticed following the coastline is the erosion problem is no joke. You could see all of this road has just been completely eroded. It's insane to see that. Just washed out off to the ocean. Just a humongous lighthouse tucked away, and it's on an outcropping of land. So the mainland is just way over there, and this piece just extends, and this is where they built the lighthouse. Just insane. Can't really see too well what it looks like. Yo, I hope no one's in here. They just look and see a ginormous camera filming them. So this is the Cape Blanco Lighthouse in the state of Oregon. Objective 1 today. We're going to continue. We're about to leave the lighthouse and see what else we could find today. Yo, you could even see the parking lot is starting to fill up. When I arrived, there were only 2 vehicles there. I believe that's because at 10 a.m. they start lighthouse tours. You already know we're not doing that. I'm too cheap to do that type of stuff. So we're gonna jump back into Suzuki and head off to the next place. But it's insane to see also that mist that's going through. Just look how quick that's going. So on either side of us is just ocean. So if this continues to erode how it is right now, maybe someday the lighthouse will be on an island, just like Battery Point. Just amazing to see how we built it on that outcropping though. Cape Blanco Pioneer Cemetery. I noticed this driving out and we 100% got to look at it. I love looking at these old cemeteries. If you followed my channel for a while, you already know I'm always checking out cemeteries, especially pioneer ones that have a rich history. These ones are the best ones. So let's go hike up real quick, see this cemetery and everything around it. Wow, so there's not too many tombstones. I believe this was a family cemetery, so it's just members of the family. There might be a second cemetery. I may have passed the cemetery this way, so I'll go back up there and see if I went past one. Although these are the stones for the tombstones for the Pioneer Cemetery, which I'm curious. 1898, aged 79. People definitely didn't live as long back then, because 79, that's pretty young to die nowadays, although back then that was considered old. 1903. I just love these marble ones too. Put so much work into them. 1905 from 1840. McMullen, and then okay, so we were husband and wife right here, because this is Catherine Frank McMullen. Okay, and then this one is Frank McMullen. Oh, that's awesome. They died buried right next to each other, which I'm curious, how far apart did they die? Let's see. November 1st, 1905 and December 27th, 1915. You already know, the wife always outlives the husband. That seems to be the way it goes, although yeah, so 10 years apart, that is quite a long ways apart. Then there's this very lonely one on this side, which, I mean, if I'm being honest, if I was to be buried, like, I wouldn't want to be buried. I should say, you know what, throw my body over inside an abandoned mine. But if I was to be buried, I would want to be away from everybody else. So if everyone else is buried on that side, this would be my tombstone. Just separated, far away as possible. Oh man, I wonder if it has any information. Yep, on this side. 1901. 71 years old. See, like, they're all dying young. I noticed that about a lot of the 1800s ones, and that's just because they did so much work back then. You know, they built their own houses and they lived these rough lives that obviously when you're living rough, you're not going to live as long, and you know, with tedious physical labor and whatnot like that. Now we got modern medicine and technology and all that, so it's a completely different ball game nowadays. Now I'm curious if there's a second cemetery. If there's not, then we're just going to continue onward. I have no idea what else we're checking out today. It's a completely unplanned day, although I'm sure we'll find something interesting. Alright, so what the heck is this about? Dude, just some random, this is what I'm telling you. This is just like when we were at the Great Lakes. You all remember Lake Superior? They had some odd art. And I mentioned that the Lost Coast has stuff just like that. And it really does. This is just one of those spots. Some bizarre stuff, man. What the hell? It just goes along. Good old Bandon. That's the town we're hitting next, 6.5 miles away. Like, what is this, man? Oh, got the revolver. The 357, hopefully. Two guns, in fact. Another one right there. There's even stuff on this side as well, which is pretty interesting. Like, dude, I didn't even know this existed. I was just driving down the road. I stopped by. It's like, what the hell? What is this about? Three dragon heads. Got the. Is that a dragon? I don't know, man. You already know, dude. This is the best attraction of it all. A tree stump with a tree growing in it. You don't see too many of those flat front trucks very often, do you? I haven't seen one in a while. But yeah, let's just get back on the road, continue onward. You know that you never know what you're gonna run into, especially following Highway 1. There's so many insane things. It's just one of them. Now we're gonna be headed toward Bandon. No freaking way, man. This is amazing. How is there a creek in a sand dune? Like, what the heck? Come on, Louis, you can make it. This is insane. So all of this around me, this is all sand dunes. And then the sand dunes just go right onto the beach, which is insane. We're not allowed to go onto sand dunes since that's a nesting area. Although we could stick to the sand on the beach, and it's just, look at this. It's so open too. All right, you guys, so what we're at is known as China Creek Beach and China Creek Sand Dunes. Sand dunes are on this side, just a bunch of sand dunes, and then on this side is the beach. Yo, just look how far this beach goes. It almost looks like it never ends. And technically it doesn't ever end, but you know, it's awesome though. It's windy as hell. Just every beach on Oregon, I've noticed it has this awful wind. But yeah, and there's on this side, there's a bunch of rocks going out right there.
If I had known then what I know now, I wouldn't have said what I said. I took the long road, thought I'd be better on my own. Sometimes what's right is wrong instead. 'Cause I was too young, and I didn't understand that you
Goodbye, Suzuki. I'll be back for you. I want to see whatever this leads to. You know what? That is not that bad of a view. I'm pretty happy with it. It was worth the hike. Now I'm gonna get back down, jump into Suzuki, and continue onward. Not gonna lie, this is an amazing place. I would 100% recommend checking out China Creek Sand Dunes. It's so much fun just hiking these trails and seeing all the crazy things all around us. And it's amazing to think that we're on a sand dune and we're just surrounded by tons and tons of plant life. Oh my gosh. How to do it. That was so fun. You see that? That is Coquille River Lighthouse. I'm curious if we could get to it or not. It's on the other side of this, so we'll have to find a bridge somewhere to cross. All right, so we're making our way to the lighthouse right now. I'm genuinely curious what it's gonna look like. It doesn't look like a very big lighthouse. I'm just curious because I'm around, like surrounding me right now, it's just a bunch of sand dunes, just like what we were just looking at. Hey, that's the lighthouse. Legit, I was on the other side of this river. I didn't even know this one existed, but I was like, you know what? Let's see a second one today. So, you know how we're doing it? We're just continuing on Highway 1. I'm gonna go this way next, and then wherever the hell else we end up today.
Hindsight is fleeting when your heart's bleeding and all you can see is red. Till you discover it is within each other to forgive and make amends.
Hey, I liked it.
Only another one would be out here, right?
Right? I was like, oh shoot, a tracker's up in this joint. It's awesome, man. That thing is clean.
Yeah, so's yours.
Yeah, thank you. You see that? Video surveillance. I'm genuinely curious if that's a cap or not, because I've been looking around and I don't see any trail cams or any type of video surveillance in any of the trees. Who knows? Maybe they just do that to prevent people from dumping, or they actually do have video surveillance in the mountains. Although I am outside of Coos Bay right now. I found myself a camping spot. Unfortunately, some less than satisfactory folk have dumped their trash, but awesome thing about forestry land is you could go up any road and just camp on the side of it. That's what we're doing right now. We're on the side of an old forest road. Got a trail, and there's a creek down there. I want to see the creek. Oh yeah, got a small stream right on the side of camp. Wow, so continuing, this creek that we're camping next to connects to a second creek, and this one is a much larger one. One thing I've noticed about Oregon is the coastline side is incredibly green and luscious. I can't say I've ever been somewhere with so much greenery and plant life before. Like the backdrop behind me looks like something you'd see on a green screen, but this is real life. This is real plants behind me. It's just such a trip to see this place. It's incredibly beautiful, and it is definitely a must-see state if you want to do a cross-country series. With that being said, I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. Tomorrow, I am headed to Cape Argo State Park to check out some abandoned stuff and some tourism, some frickin', lookouts and whatnot like that. It's gonna be a good day. I'm getting up at 6 a.m. Gonna begin filming then, and bright and early, gonna be good. I gotta get this video edited. It is now 5 o'clock, then head straight to bed. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, put a like, comment down below.